the Washington football team. Ryan Fitzpatrick's here now. He's a QB 26 in ADP. That could be maybe kind of sneaky. I don't know. He'll have some big weeks, I think. Terry McLaurin, wide receiver 11. Curtis Samuel, wide receiver 41. What do you think of those ADPs?
Yeah, it's hard to pass up McLaurin, right? Because he's been able to post wide receiver one slash wide receiver two numbers, with Case Keenum, Dwayne Haskins, and Alex Smith. So give him Ryan Fitzpatrick, and I'm interested. So I love taking Terry McLaurin. I love the upside there. He's already proven that he has a pretty high floor. When it comes to Curtis Samuel, I'm about him. Like he offers a very high floor. He's a wide receiver three slash flex option. But I think his upside is pretty limited in this offense. He still has really good pass catching backs like J.D. McKissick, Antonio Gibson. So I think they might eat into his usage a little bit around line of scrimmage. But I'm fine taking around ADP if you want more of a high upside, high floor option in PPR format. But I'm really high on McLaurin this year.
Yeah, I think Samuel's a guy to discuss because I think there's some volatility with his projection. We probably won't get a good handle on until things shake out in camp. But I'm of the opinion that Samuel's much better used how he was last year, which is inside. The year before, which was 2019, he played mostly outside. He had a 51.4% catch rate, and he really struggled with his efficiency, his yards per target, which it also depends on the quarterback, which wasn't good, obviously, but his yards per target was 6.0. Last year, still the quarterback situation wasn't great. I mean, Teddy, if it was that great, Teddy would still be there. But they used him inside more. He goes to a 79.4% catch rate. So his catch rate goes up like 28 points. Like that's unheard of. And his yards per target goes from 6.0 to 8.8. So it's just a total, and this is with averaging a lower yard per reception too. So like this is how you use them. So I'm hopeful that Washington, even if it's they have to put out Cam Sims there again, even if they have to go with Brown there, a young guy that, I know they still have like Gandy Golden and who's the other Harmon,
Adam Humphries. I mean, he's
yeah,
number 3.
That's what concerns me.
Yeah,
because if Humphries has a role as a top 3, now you're putting Samuel back into that 2019 situation. And I mean, I know Fitzpatrick will throw it up, but it's like this is not a guy you need to throw it up to. Like he's fast, yes, but like that's the whole problem. Like, he's not just going to come down with all these 50-50 balls. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on is that what you think happens? Because I think that would be a mistake.
Yeah, I'm with you there. And I think Adam Humphries has an inside track for the slot receiver role. He already has chemistry with Fitzmagic from their Tampa Bay days. There's just too many. This is a very hard team to sort out outside of Terry McLaurin when it comes to target share. So I share your concerns with Samuel. That's why I'm saying I don't hate if people target him at ADP, but I'm probably shying away.
Here, I'll give you a prop before you give me the prop. Just an over-under in full PPR. If Adam Humphries is the full-time slot and Samuel is the full-time outside guy, what percentage of the time, what percentage of weeks does Humphries outscore Samuel?
Wow. I would just put it at 20% range.
See, I think it's closer to 40 because I just think this guy wouldn't be efficient outside. And Washington's defense is so good that a lot of weeks it may just be McLaurin and everyone else getting three or 4 targets, and Humphries probably catches all 4. You know what I mean? And Samuel might catch 2. And Samuel only had 3 touchdowns on 97 targets last year. 14 on 293 targets in his career. So it's not like he's a big touchdown scorer. So, I mean, that scares me. The fact that Humphries was signed. That scares me.
I like where your head's at, but I'll still take the under 40%.
Okay. No, I mean, it'll probably be right in the middle, knowing us. It'll be 30%. And I mean, if Humphries even plays 10 games or whatever. Right. But what's the prop for Washington?
So Antonio Gibson, I think his reception projection is fascinating to me. It can go many different directions. So curious where you're at there, but I have 42.5 receptions.
I got 42. So,
I mean,
42. Yeah, I mean, we're right there. I mean, I'll take the under. Just that's where I'm at. I don't think they. So here's the thing. I just don't think they need him to be a huge part of the passing. I mean, he's a talented guy. However, they need to get him touches, they will. But you got Samuel there who could take a backfield snap or two. You got McKissic there. They love using all these guys interchangeably. But Gibson's really, and this is kind of crazy, but he kind of established himself as that guy that could run inside and be there like kind of bell cow as the season progressed. So
and goal line back.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So I don't think they need to give him 42 receptions and signing Humphreys. You still have Thomas. You still have McLaurin. Yeah. Like there's a lot of guys that could catch the ball underneath and get yards after the catch. Gibson is one of them, but they don't need to do it.
I agree. But I mean, his routes run per dropback was in the 35% range last year, and JD McKissic was 65, and that was with Alex Smith, who's notoriously known as a check down machine. So I just think that he has room to grow. Like he could become, if needed, obviously 65% routes run type of back, and that's where he has serious high end RB1 upside. So that's why I think he could be a 60 plus catch guy if needed, but I agree that they probably won't need him. But if a guy like McKissic were to go down, like they may have no choice. Like he might be that true workhorse back. That's why I'm interested in Gibson at ADP right now.
Yeah, I mean, I do think they have some, like, because we all had concerns. I mean, coming out of school, this guy he was like a receiver. Like how is he going to hold up, right? And so I think my personal view is that they would always try to curb his touches, right? I think what I could see happening is if McKissic goes down, because they like McKissic, and I was screaming this last year, and like a lot. I don't think you necessarily give me a hard time about it, but I remember Friedman was, and like I was just like they signed this guy with the intent to like use him the way they did, and Samuel as well. So I think that what you could see is if they need to use Gibson in more of a receiving role, I think they would use like a Peyton Barber type, like that kind of back. To take some of Gibson's carries. Like I don't know if they'll ever want to give Gibson like 25. I think 20, yeah. I mean, he's gotten that a couple of times, right? But 25, I don't know if they'll use him like CMs, like like McCaffrey was used back in Carolina, just because I think they are kind of wary about that. But it could be wrong. But either way, great upside.
Yeah, and you're right. I wasn't giving you crap about anything JD McKissic related. It was Peyton Barber. I was giving you crap for taking the Peyton Barber under 3.5 rushing yards on Convince Me. That's right.
I mean, wow. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, no, I just remember like there was like coming into the year, I was like, hey, watch Peyton Barber and Jada McKissic be like the other two guys with Gibson. And like everyone was on their Adrian Peterson train. And I think there was Bryce Love. And so, like there was people that had like Bryce Love and Peterson ahead of like the guys who ended up being like on the roster. But it's so hard to predict this time of year. But Gibson's at RB12, McKissic's at RB45. In a PPR league, I think I was a little more worried. I always like getting those pass catchers like the year before they blow up. Like I think last year was the year to draft McKissic. Now you could see Samuel take some of that McKissic role. So I'd probably pass on him.